the new shape Land Rover Defender offers an awful lot more comfort, specification and power than the outgoing model ever did. So it's a very different character, although it's very capable. If you're looking for a car that has all the capabilities of a Defender, but with effortless power, lots of creature comforts, then the Defender 90 P525 V8 Supercharged is the car for you. My name is Paul. The car behind me is such a car, and I'd like to show you around. So this is a 2022 Land Rover Defender P525 V8 Supercharged. So the P525 is roughly equates to 525 brake horsepower, which in a Land Rover Defender is certainly what I would categorize as enough. It's a lot of power. What it means is, does it make it a racing car? No, it doesn't make it a racing car. Is it quick? Yes, of course it is. But effectively, this gives you a couple of cars in one. So the supercharger, unlike a turbocharger, which involves exhaust gases building up to spin the turbo to deliver the power, a supercharger is running the moment the engine is running. So when you put your foot down, you don't get what is called turbo lag. You have an instant power, and that has a couple of benefits. One, instant power gives you overtaking ability, but two, instant power with 525 brake horsepower behind it makes the car effortless to drive. So if you've got a long journey to do, whether you're stuck in traffic or whatever, it makes the drive absolutely effortless. So you can have a really nice, comfortable drive, or if you want to put your foot down, you want to overtake some cars or what have you, you've got more than enough power in reserve, and it sounds lovely as well. So all in all, it's a really nice experience. With this car, we have made some very subtle enhancements. We've seen a lot of these cars with huge spoiler kits and what have you. We haven't done that. What we have done is the checker plate that you would normally find on the top has been changed for these vents here, because of course, unlike the original Land Rover, which when you had checker plates on the wings you could stand on it, with a modern Land Rover you can't because it's plastic. So we've changed these to these new mouldings, and we've put these beautiful 22-inch wheels on, and we've also fitted all the wheels are brand new. It has 5 brand new Geolander all-terrain tyres. But looking at the detail in these wheels, you can see that we've got black gloss all around the inner surfaces, and then we've got a slightly different, more reflective face. And that, I mean, we're not in sunshine here at the moment because it's raining outside, but that actually looks really, really cool. If you get it in sunshine, it looks even cooler. It gives you a bit of sparkle to the wheels. Not only that, we have what's called a staggered offset. So this car has the wider arches. So these are wider arches to cater for off-road tyres and what have you. But these tyres, or these wheels, actually sit slightly wider than the standard one does. So these wheels fill the wheel arches more than the standard 22s would. And that gives you a stance which just looks epic. You can see it does cover, so it's totally legal. It covers the tyre, but it fills the wheel arches, and it gives this car an element of detail that you wouldn't necessarily have otherwise. It looks really cool. Look at these all-terrain tyres. These are not mud pluggers, so these are not really solid tyres that are going to make lots of road roar. They have lots of good wet weather capabilities. They're not too noisy, and you've got the strengthened sidewalls here, and you can see that they poke out from the rims. So that is also going to help prevent curbing on those beautiful alloy wheels. A really nice addition. Great for all weather. And as I say, if you decide you want to take it off of the asphalt, these are going to stand you in good stead, and they look epic. We have a discrete rear spoiler, you can see here, the orange towing eye, and then at the bottom, a trademark of the P525, the supercharged V8, exhaust coming out either side, 4 tailpipes in total. Sounds amazing. I'll start it up in a bit and show you. It's the 90, so it's not as long as the 110 or the 130. You can see there are 3 seats in the back. Panoramic roof is open. You can see there we've got speakers on the headrest as well. We have adjustable suspension. So you can just see there, I'm holding the camera steady. You can see the car is raising. So what that gives you is, if you're going on terrain or if you're going through water, what we have now is a big gap between here and the bodywork. The car has raised up. We've got 2'11" of wading depth, and we've got more ground clearance than we had before if you have to get over something. Now if I push it down, you can see that this is actually now at my waist height. So if I push the button here and let it go back down again, holding the camera still, you can see the movement of the car. There are 3 different settings, and the wading depths it gives you is 2'6", 2'9", and 2'11", depending on which setting you're on at the time. Now I'll just drop those down, and now we can see that the gap between here and here is a lot less. It's now sitting at a much lower level, and all of a sudden this area here is a lot lower. So if I wanted to put something heavy into the back, it's going to be an awful lot easier than it would have been had it raised at a different level. 3-pin plug. We also have a removable hitch tow bar. I think the ignition needs to be on, but we've got a removable hitch tow bar here which comes out and locks into place. It has the electrics as well, and we have a trailer light. And on the inside we have the trademark door cards, very rugged looking, but of course with the P525 with this car we've got, this is all in nice soft leather. Meridian surround sound system, blind spot monitor, memory seats, and then we have partially leather, partially Alcantara or suede, or and you can see here this is all perforated. That's designed for the heated seats and the cooled seats to blow cool air through this pad onto the backs of your legs and your backside and your lower back, because this does have heated and cooled seats. You have illuminated tread plates, nice carpets, side steps to help you get in and out. A lovely Defender front, and you can see here, I'll put the lights on. If I just turn the ignition on, which is a press of a button down here, this then shows you the signature daytime running lights, all these LED lights around here. A very cool look and very effective. I'm going to pop my foot on the brake and start so we can hear what that engine sounds like. So now it's on cold cycle. and that's come off the cold cycle. Just going to turn the engine off. But that's a really nice V8 Burble. I'm just going to show you here while we're there. That is the head-up display. So that, at the moment it's showing Land Rover, but when you're driving it'll give you the speed, it'll give you navigation prompts if you're using the car's navigation system. That's a lot easier to see what speed you're doing rather than looking down, then back up again when you're driving. Great safety thing. We have interior light, which also has what they call clear sight. So now that has engaged the mirror into the camera. So you have two different options. It's ignition on. So it's asking me to close the door. There we go. So the door is now closed. So automatic gearbox. We have park. There's a trigger here. Reverse, which engages the very clear rear view camera and the 360-degree surround view. Now if I turn the steering wheel to the left, you can see this line now goes off to the left. This gives me a radius, so that tells me a projected path of the car based on the steering angle, and that, as well as having the big side mirrors, makes this car very easy to park. So into drive, and off we go. So I'm going to pop it back into park at the moment. So here we can see another button here which relates to the air suspension. I've just pressed it. I can feel and hear the car lifting. And if I just press it again, you can see again I'm holding the car or the camera steady. So the front goes up, then the back goes up, and then if I press the button again, the whole thing comes down. So, which changes your weighting depth. We have deployable tow bar, and I can deploy it from here. So I can press that button, and the ignition's on. And now I can hear all the electric motors in the back deploying the tow bar. There you go, that's it locking in place. And we're done. And now the back of the car will look like that with the tow bar and the electrics connected to it as well, and I can stow it away. So that stops you from getting your hands dirty. You can see we have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, towing and trailers, so you can actually add a trailer. You can add the type of trailer that you've got, and it will customize how the car works according to what you're towing, which is just brilliant. And I've towed with these cars, they're absolutely fabulous. USB-C charging point, another charging point here. You've got wireless charging in there. Refrigerated cool box. I love this. What a fabulous thing. So Mars bar, Canico, whatever it is you'd like to have on your journey. Keeps it all nice and cool for you. Nice and comfortable for the rear passengers. And again, you can see there we have the panoramic roof. So I'm going to stop the engine. It's showing 29,342 miles from new. If I look at the steering wheel, I can tell you, just about to close, that we have heated steering wheel, radar assisted cruise control, lane assist, and a speed limiter, and all the buttons on here drive that screen, which is fully customizable. So a very cool car, a very high spec car with a lot of power, which makes it effortless to drive, and with a few enhancements that we've made with these beautiful wheels that have a slightly wider offset than the standard ones do, it actually looks fabulous. So I hope you like the car. I hope you like the video and find the video useful. If you'd like to know more about the car, please visit our website, www.bramshawbv.com. Either drop us an email or a text or a WhatsApp, or give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about it. Thanks for watching.